This is for you.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, aka the shirts are here. I keep forgetting to tell everybody that the shirts are here. I'll model it on the side for you. But today we are going to get into the top 5 players from the Eagles that are going to get cut. It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. These are probably going to be, some of them are going to be surprises, and some of them I am kind of, taking wild guesses at, but I'll tell you why. So we'll get right into that right now. You heard me? Number 1, we got my man, a crowd favorite, depending on what part of the crowd you ask, you know what I'm saying? But a favorite of mine, at least, RASUL Douglas. RASUL Douglas, he just doesn't fit what we have in the secondary right now, and I feel like even a guy like Craig James might make it over him, It could very well be Sidney Jones as well if he doesn't show something in camp. But I've been hearing some good and bad things about him. Mostly his mental that needs to step up. But RASUL Douglas has just been getting cooked all training camp. If you're an Eagles fan, you've probably been seeing it. If you're an Eagles hater, you've been seeing the Eagles fans talking shit about it. So he's definitely somebody that I think is on the chopping block. I don't think his job is safe at all. Like I said, somebody like Craig James or even somebody younger or something like that could take his spot. He hasn't really earned it. Now, number 2, this is kind of a shot in the dark, but I really feel like it needs to happen. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, or Arcega-Whiteside. We'll say it correctly, whatever. He just has not shown anything ever, really. Like, he's had a couple good catches in preseason, but that's not what his problem is. We know he can catch the ball. He can. Like, I've never ever doubted his ability to catch the ball. My problem with him is he can't create separation because he can't run routes. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing on the field. So you can't really get a feel for that when it's not live games. They did do 11 on 11 today and yesterday. Today I'm recording it Monday, so you might see it tomorrow. But you know what I'm trying to say. They are starting to do more team activities. So maybe you'll see more of it, and maybe he'll get his mind around the playbook. But even late in the season, he just looked lost, and we cannot afford that. We have youth that seems hungry, so I think somebody like Quez Watkins, someone even like Deontay Burnett, I would give a shot over JJ Arcega-Whiteside. And it's speed. Deontay Burnett I think is 6'2", so speed. And then you have John Hightower, he's also a speed guy, and he's pretty tall. I think he's 6'1", 6'2". He just doesn't fit. JJ Arcega-Whiteside doesn't fit what we're doing now. And the reason why I say it's a shot in the dark is because he is a second-round pick last year. So for them to kind of give up on him this quick might say that we failed with that pick and it was a waste of a pick. But if you can package him in a deal for like a 5th-round pick, that's a win for me. That guy did nothing last year at all. So number 2, I have to put JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Now, number 3. This one's a hard one. This one is kind of a shot in the dark. I hope I'm wrong about this one. I'm going to go with Corey Clement. He's obviously a fan favorite. If he's not one of your favorites, you did not watch the Super Bowl. He went crazy in the Super Bowl. So he is a favorite, and undrafted rookie and everything. We love that underdog story. But health. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. All of last year, I believe he missed. The year before that, he was hurt for a while. This year, he's been good. I've heard good things about him in camp. The real reason why I think we might move on, like I said, health. But we do have some young bulls that look like they are ready to play. If they really do give Adrian Killins a spot, it's going to be at the sacrifice of someone like Corey Clement. Yes, Corey Clement's way bigger. He's not as fast as Adrian Killins. I don't think anybody on this team might be, as fast, at least in the running back room. The wide receivers might give him a run for his money. But if we are to bring somebody like Adrian Killins on and an Elijah Holyfield on to the active roster, then that does, kind of take Corey Clement out of the picture. So I think if we are going to go young, if we're going to go more speed and then a solidified power back like Elijah Holyfield could be, even Mike Warren, I've been hearing good things about Mike Warren. But if that's the lane that we want to go, I think Corey Clement is kind of X'd out of that picture. He doesn't have youth on his side anymore, even though he is young. You know how, running backs age in the NFL. So I do have to go Corey Clement for number 3, even though I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. Next, we have my man, honestly, my boy. I'm a Penn State fan. If you didn't know, now you know. Holla if you heard me. SHAREEF Miller. When we picked him up, I thought he could be really something good. He was very productive for Penn State. He was very good for Penn State, and we had not a great defense, but he was one of the shining stars on there with like Micah Parsons and players like that. Either way, he just hasn't done anything in the NFL. I don't believe he got many snaps last year. If any, I think he was on the practice squad for most, if not all, the year. But he just hasn't shown anything. Even we've heard a lot of great things about the defensive line this training camp. If you've been keeping up with it, follow me on Instagram. I've been giving training camp notes every other day. But we haven't heard anything crazy about him. Today, Josh Sweat was the star of the defensive line, so to speak. The other day, it was Casey Toohill. So you're hearing names that, these are the guys he's competing with. These are the, 4th, 5th, 6th spots, if we go that deep, that he's competing for. And we've heard nothing about SHAREEF Miller. So SHAREEF is really on the chopping block for me. And again, he's a 2019 pick, or 2018-19 pick. I think we picked him with JJAW Arcega-Whiteside. So you're giving up on someone pretty early. But we have depth, we have youth, and we have Deshaun Hall, who's probably going to be on the PUP or the IR for the whole year. And we'll have him. So he's good, and we have a lot of depth on that D-line. I also think people like Joe Osman could make the team, could make the active roster, but they're going against so many great players. It's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a tough decision. So I have to put SHAREEF Miller there. This last one might be the biggest surprise. For some people, it might not be. I think we've given this kid a lot of credit, and he hasn't really done anything yet. But GRAYLAND ARNOLD. I love the kid. I love watching his tape. He looks like, he's electrifying. He's still raw, and we have a lot of depth at the safety and, secondary position now. We just re-signed Trevor Williams. Probably just a camp body, but at the end of the day, we do have a lot of players at that position. I think he's a prime candidate to be on the practice squad, and I think the Eagles and the Eagles fans should be ecstatic that we have someone like that on the practice squad, because he is going to be a great player if we can, utilize his speed and his playmaking ability. So this is not to say that any of these players are terrible and we need to cut them all right now and never look at them again. Some of these people I think will make the the practice squad. If you guys disagree, please let me know. Let me know who you think is going to be cut. Other than that, you know what time it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we out here. Peace.